Am I a bad person for choosing the line of work that I'm in? Weeks like this make you think, question your morals. Oh, Monday morning, and Liverpool played Manchester City yesterday, and I foolishly went out and had a few drinks. A few drinks turned into more drinks, and I somehow ended up in town doing shots with Tony from the comedy club.
Come on, baby. Builders merchants.
Now I am feeling worse for wear. So I've got, where is it? Before I set off, I do actually feel a bit. Anyone got one of these? And it will tell you if you are over the limit or what pH your breath is. Let's see what I am. That's not good. I'm gonna have to get someone to pick me up. Oh, why'd you do this, Andy? Paul's in the hot seat because I can't drive. It's embarrassing, isn't it?
That was a special weekend, wasn't it?
Well, didn't even win.
I expected I thought two of the Man City players would have got sent off. Edison was lucky. And then the one in the 90th minute, 89th, the studs in his chest.
Yeah. That was on the halfway line. It's just a foul, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we need to go to Screwfix, pick up paint for the student job, and also some bits for here. So we'll go Screwfix and Speak.
Yeah.
Grab them, drop them off here, and then we'll take the paint to the student job and spray that house in a day.
Yeah.
Because we love doing stuff in a day. But I haven't tested that paint sprayer, so hopefully, I think Ben used it last, so he will have cleaned it properly. Hopefully, yeah, we can spray that house this afternoon, and we can show all. We put the video on TikTok of the paint spray, plaster sprayer, and yeah, mixed reviews. You've got some plasterers saying that it's a load of crap, and you know, just put it on by hand. All people saying, oh yeah, why change something that's not broke? Like, just machines are going to replace everyone's job and all this. But I replied to the fella and said, do you use a mixer to mix your plaster, or do you do it by hand? Obviously, it's like you're all right using some things, but and then some people saying it's not quicker. Like, it's 1,000,000% quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no way you could get 9 bags of plaster on the wall in like 30 minutes.
No.
A few weeks ago, I put in for the operator's license for the yard. Yeah. Which means that I can carry more than 1 ton. One fella wrote me a letter. I'll go and I need to get that letter actually, because it's quite funny. He says in it that I nearly ran him over once, and I can't drive a normal van, so I should never be behind the heavy goods vehicle.
Cherry person.
He says that like it could cause a landslide with what we're doing on the yard, and the vibrations. Like if they grant permission for a truck, the vibrations will stop this fella from doing work from home. And it's funny because at the end of this letter, he's like slating me. It's quite personal, the letter, which it shouldn't be really, but. And at the end of it, he refrains from putting his name or address. But the funny thing is, I know exactly who it is, because there's one fella who's like a little moaning nit at the yard. and just from the way he's talking and saying some of the stuff he says is like it can only be him. So he said all this stuff about me personally, and then he's not put his name. However, like, I know it's him, so he should just put his name. Oh well, I shouldn't say all this, should I? But
it's fun.
Whatever. It's I'm probably, well, I'm still drunk, so that's probably what I'm saying. We are on the student job. You can see the lads have gone round and filled in and sanded any little bits. Quite a lot of bits. But and then we're going to spray, and of course I've just set the sprayer up and it's actually missing the actual tip. I literally just checked this when we got it out the thing and it was in it, so it must have fell out in the van. Hopefully I've got spare ones in the van, but Paul's just gone to shop in the van, so we can't do anything until he comes back. Here he is, the main man. What are we going to do different on this one that we did on the other one? From plastering, what did we learn that would be better to do on here? Cut the holes out, was one. Yeah. We haven't done that yet. And make sure when we scrim, we fill all from these holes, yeah, because it just makes it easier. And then on this one, we're going to try the pre-built, pre-hung doors and stuff. So they'll come in, obviously foam, screw them in, and then put the architraves on. Hopefully we'll give them a go on this one. There it is. Almost couldn't do a job without that. So 517. So these numbers mean, I'll put it on what they mean. 5 means obviously the size of the spray, the diameter of the hole at the back, and then I can't remember what the other one means, but yeah, for this type of stuff we always use the 517. Matt from Premier Tech. Yeah. So Matt from Premier Tech is going through the drainage. So I've got mains, I'll put the diagram on, is over the road. However, it's 5.5 meters deep and you can't drop into the mains. It's got to go in level and obviously go in the direction of the flow. So to get a 4-inch soil pipe in this yard, we'd have to dig the road up 5.5 meters deep, come across level, have a 5.5 meter deep pit in the yard, and then obviously connect into that. So that's not really feasible. So we're going to, and then there's none on this side. The only other side is the other side of the neighbours' houses, and you know they've obviously all got signs up saying they don't want us to be here. So I don't think they're going to let us dig the garden up to put a drain in. So you were saying that best thing to do, so can't do a septic because are they getting rid of them now?
Yeah, septics are coming non-compliant based on the outfall quality, so you're not getting any treatment, it's just separating solids, so they've got to go to a soak away, but obviously it's a non-compliant.
But so you're saying if we get a treatment plant, obviously only the toilet waste will go in there. What about like shower waste and sink waste?
No,
that goes through?
It's factored within the building regs, so you can factor that into the volume with the application. So as I say, everything's decided by the British Water Code of Practice, and it gives you the flows and loads for individual applications, whether it's residential, commercial, offices, factory, canteen. So we utilise that factor. And,
so the only thing I need to do is get an engineer to design
your surface water,
surface water, because but you were saying you do tanks as well for storage of harvesting. So we could harvest the water from the rain and use that for
flush your toilets and become
wash the yard down and stuff. And
as well, yeah.
I'm sure the neighbours will like that.
Yeah,
bit of green.
Sustainable factor, yeah.
So it'll go into a treatment plant.
Yeah, and then the treatment quality out of that can either go to a soak away or to a groundwater, to a stream brook.
And you were saying we've got to do a percolation test, which is we dig a hole here, pour water in, and see how fast it drains.
Yeah, basically, I'll send you the document, but it's basically 300 square hole.
I think we'll be all right on this one.
I think you've got perfect drainage here, to be fair. I don't think you'll get any issues with the calculations, but percolation test. I'll send you the documents if you need any advice or help. As you said, we've got drainage engineers who can support you with that. But yeah, let's get the ball rolling and another step closer to getting the yard up and running.
I finally got the paint spray working. So let's see if we can do the whole house in how long?
God knows a day. You do the whole house in a day.
Well, yeah, we've got half a day, haven't we? I've not used this one yet. It's a new one. So Lewis is doing that, and just need to bin the paint down. So just do that and then run this in reverse. So it doesn't do as many bubbles, but hopefully they're thinned down enough for them to spray continuous. Otherwise you've got to wait and wait for the pump to fill. So you were saying about there's always bits to do. So someone kicked this corner bead off, so that's been redone. Yeah, we can try and stay ahead of it now, sanding. It looks good when you start clearing the rooms out with it. This room's massive, isn't it? It's just unnecessarily tall though, isn't it?
The details are nice on that.
Yeah, fireplace is nice in this one.
Where you putting that one in the kitchen?
There's one in the kitchen and then one for this front room, I think. One with the mirror. And then we're going to paint that, you can paint that white as well.
No, but it'll look nice in the front room.
Yeah, that's where the mirror. Yeah, well, the one in the kitchen, it doesn't fit because we've got to put the telly there. So otherwise, that's where it was going. Are we looking? Start getting these rooms empty now. So I'll start putting wardrobes and stuff. Come up with us now, what are you doing, toilets? Looking good. And then we've got, I didn't even know these existed, Ben told me about them, a stacker for your washing machine dryer, because obviously we've got 8 bedrooms here, we've put, to justify the house, the utility room. But yeah, stackers, so apparently these stack on top of each other and then strap in so they don't move, which is good. And then we're going to put another sink here, and then we just need to do the plumbing to these. Kitchen, I need to go and get a top for that, and that's going to get painted white, looking good in here though. And then that worktop I'm going to cut and put a little breakfast bar here. Let me quickly get a video before you get too far. So, Western now. I keep saying it's getting there, but look at this. We've got tick, 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 tick. This one nice with the ensuite. Look at that. And then, oh my god, sweating today. Tick, tick. This one's tight, but we've managed to make it work. Tick. And then tick. So, just the ground floor we're on now. So, as you can see, Blaine's varnishing this last little bit, and then it'll just be the ground floor to varnish then. So it's Tuesday morning, and the start the day with a bit of a crap on that. I got a letter about one of the vans. So when I did a call out ages ago in town, that one when I was rodding all the toilets, and I parked opposite, I didn't realise the streets are free to park after 6. But parked in this open car park because obviously I've got the big van, and I paid for 2 hours, and I've obviously carried on, come back, and now I've got a letter saying I owe £100 because I was like 20 minutes over the 2 hours. So I paid for 2 hours, which was like the max you could do, and then literally £100 now, and I just feel like that company knows exactly what they're doing. Like, they've got cameras that can do, obviously recognise your plate as you enter and as you leave, so why not just have a machine that you enter and as you leave you go and pay? No, what they do is they make you buy a ticket, and then if you're a minute over they charge you £100. So they obviously make more off that than they do off the bloody parking. But it's like, I've emailed them to say, look, I've only just got this letter, here's me ticket. I haven't, like, you know, tried to not pay and park at your thing. Like, I have actually paid. I've just gone slightly over. Is there anything you can do? And they just come back and be like, no, you've been sent to a debt recovery agent now. It's just like, ugh. Is there any way we can, like, ask them about the fencing?
Yeah, I can ask them. It definitely requires permission now.
Oh, does it? So is that just something obviously they're going to have to wait for? I just think, like, surely someone could just make that decision in the planning.
You would think so.
Like, what actually happens when they sit? Do they sit there and go, is he allowed to do palisade? And they go, yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's basically it. But you're making the mistake of applying logic to the planning system.
Yeah.
It needs to go through various hoops and sign off and everything like that first. What we can try and get is an email just saying that there's no objection to the fencing,
Yeah.
and then you can take a decision whether you just go ahead and
yeah. No, we can do that. Yeah, and then what have they come back yet about the biodiversity thing, or because obviously it was rejected from registration, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's all gone back in that, and we've explained why they shouldn't be asking for that. We've not had anything back yet from them saying they accept that, but we've directed them to the government's website and the relevant section of guidance, so they shouldn't really have any recourse on that.
Okay. Here we are back at Total Piling. There's our 4 more blocks, and then we've just got, I think, 2 more. So I'll probably take 3 of these today so that I'm on the right weight, because this takes 1.5 ton. So me and Ben have come to get the scaffold poles and the rest of these blocks off. So we're on the yard and the digger stopped spinning left and right, and I think it's the hydraulic fluid, because on this digger that pump seems to be the highest what's it called, hose that goes into the hydraulic tank. So I'm just going to top this up and hopefully it works. Please work. No. Oh wow, that was an absolute slog. So it wasn't the hydraulic oil, it was the cog that turns the digger motor, and just basically a little washer that fell off that holds it in. So it's behind that bit there, but you'll be able to see the cog in it. That one there, the little bugger that fell out, and obviously that was stopping it, but at least we've topped the hydraulic fuel up now anyway. And actually I'll put them in the van. Oh, that's yours, isn't it?
Didn't get a view of me on a 10 car. Sound.
Putting the camera to good use. I like it.
What camera?
Reversing camera.
Is it? Oh, didn't know.
So I've come to Kai's and the accountants, and we've put in for an operator's license as such. Obviously you've seen on some of the videos that we can't carry more than like a ton. So we want to be able to carry more, whether that's a 5 tonne, a 7 tonne, a 12 tonne, a 14 tonne, up to a 32 tonne truck, but we just want to be able to carry more. And as part of the application, I've got to do an operator's license. You've got to put an ad in the paper, and then people can send you letters to object to you and the transport department. And how many have we had?
12, 13.
12 or 13, and you've had someone turn up as well.
We had someone turn up as well.
Well, some of them, obviously, there's genuine concerns about just noise, vibrations, what else? Pollution. Obviously, all genuine concerns. I don't know whether this is normal, whether applications get this many objections, or whether this is more than normal, or whether they have any substance in the objections. But obviously that's what the process is there for, so all we do is follow the process, and if they grant an operator's license, great. I might go and speak to the neighbours and try and reason with them and say, look, it's not going to be as bad as you think. Or they might restrict it, so they might say we can only have a certain size, we can only use it for certain hours, or they might just say no. But in which case it just means, like, obviously I've got 4 vans at the minute, 2 tippers. It just means I've got to buy more tippers to be able to move more stuff. So
Just more trips and so on.
more trips, yeah. So it's going to be it's probably going to be more, I'd say it'd be more annoying having, so a tipper takes 20 loads of what my small truck takes. So it's either 1 trip in a tipper or 20 trips in the small tipper, which is obviously going to be more disruptive, I'd say.
Or 3 or 4 of them tippers doing 5 trips each.
Yeah.
There's more build up on the road, isn't there?
Yeah, but I don't know, we'll see.
What we also want to do as well is just make sure that we know where everything is up to with each company.
Yeah.
What properties you own, what's going on and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We can start off with that if you want.
Yeah, come. Let's get into that.
No,
I've got him.
I'm already on you.
He's already on it. Also, because you're doing the charity side, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is we need to set up a charity, because I've put it in my mates' golf group and they're all like the biggest cynics in the world. Yeah. Like, if you ever want something if you ever want an idea absolutely demolishing, send it me, I'll put it in, and they will like they'll absolutely pick everything out of it. Yeah. But so they were like, so what, we're going to donate money to this charity to you to buy a house for Simo.
Yeah.
And then what happens if Simo dies and you sell the house and make a profit?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I won't do that. And then what if we don't get enough money to buy the house? What's going to happen with that money? Mm-hmm. So I was like, it just needs to cover all boxes. And then I was thinking from a tax point of view, if we're buying a house, obviously I don't want that going through my company's books when it's, and if there's any benefits to a charity tax-wise for obviously doing the house up, and
There'll just be no connection between the charity and everything else that's going on.
yeah. But are there any benefits in a charity for buying a house, doing it up? Like, obviously...
No, that's just the proceeds of what the charity will be doing.
Yeah.
There's obviously benefits for people investing, or not investing, donating to a charity.
What's that? Oh, I get you, like tax ones, you mean?
Yeah, tax rate and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think it ticks a lot of boxes then, don't it? If people donate for the charity and also get to advertise their company on...
Is that what's happening at the moment?
So at the moment, anyone who donates, they go on the YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
And obviously as it grows, it's like, so I think we're at like 140,000 views now.
Is that what it is? On the YouTube?
Yeah. Each week, it seems to be going like more and more. So I look back at the episode. What people do is obviously they'll find the channel, then go back and watch the first few episodes and stuff. So whereas the first few weeks we were getting maybe like 1,000 views, it like maybe like averaging like 3,000 views say now. But like as I go back, like they all seem to go up and up. So it's good for like businesses, isn't it? You usually have to sponsor it.
Put me on the spot now.
Like I say, that's on there then, isn't it? Forever. You just got to hope that I don't get arrested for something bad, or that you then link to a bad.
Which would happen, to be fair.
I'll edit that out. Well, if my mates are saying, oh, well, what about this? What about that?
Yeah. Well,
we'll deal with that. There'll be a registered charity by next week.
Sound.
Yeah.
Simpson House, we'll call it.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Have you got somewhere in mind already? Or
A house? I've got no money, so...
just the name? Yeah.
So we've seen some in the auctions for like 40, 50 grand. So we just need to obviously have enough to get a mortgage on that.
Yeah.
And hopefully get to the point where the YouTube's making enough money to cover the bills.
It's funny, that could do, couldn't it?
Like easily, yeah.
Have you been paid yet from YouTube?
Now we need 1,000 subscribers, which we're on about 780 maybe.
Is that what it is? And then you can start getting paid.
Yeah.
So what if 2 million people view it, but you haven't got 1,000?
Yeah, you don't get nothing. Annoying that, isn't it? So at the moment now, 140,000 views is it's about 2.5 grand. So if we had 1,000 subscribers, we would have had about 2.5 grand, yeah.
You need to get making
Are you only just subscribing now?
Yeah.
Hey.
Awesome.
Yeah, 768, so that's 769 now.
What do you say? What do you say to people at home, George, who are like you, who watch the channel and don't realise?
So subscribe, yeah, we need to get to 1,000, don't we?
There we go. Like, subscribe and comment. Look at this, all these famous... You haven't got mine up there yet?
You haven't got a share?
Well, you haven't asked for one, have you? How's Jack up there? Hey!
Jack's up there twice. So
How's
top
Jack
corner.
2? Why has he got 2? That's padding it out, that.
Wembley share.
You can't just pad it out by putting the front. Hey.
No, it's the front because it's got the Wembley on it.
Yeah, no one's bothered. They just want to see your name, don't they?
Yeah.
I'll send you one of mine. Which one do you want?
Anywhere can it go?
There's probably a square there. Behind the printer, yeah. You can swap it with this one. Go on, for banter, you got to take Jack's off and put Jack down there.
Next time you come in, bring one in.
So literally everywhere's had the first coat. Boss?
Upstairs,
Looking good, isn't it? It's Boss the paint spray, isn't it? It's like a car bonnet, that.
oh yeah.
Looking at that now. Everyone on TikTok giving us a jib about the plastering. And then, look at that, it's like a car bonnet. So, give it a little sand and a second spray tomorrow, and then all these switches and that can go on now. So what you might want to... Oh, you're not in tomorrow, are you? Whoa. Looks alright, doesn't it? Even playing in Lewis's room looks good. We've got tiles. So we can start tiling them. Even this is probably the worst room, wasn't it? So, what do you think that is? I think someone's filled a hole that hasn't been scrimmed. Baby, I got you, man. Hey, hey, hey. Lovely. Just on the other student job, and nearly this is ready for skimming basically, isn't it? Nope. Like, who on earth has pulled that out there? Oh, okay. So, I think this is what my job is. That should be in the middle of the room here. And I don't know why anyone would think that there was a smoke alarm going there. So, smoke alarm's got to be 30 centimetres away from the wall and 30 centimetres away from the nearest light. I think it's to do with the light, to do with any sort of interference. And then the wall is to do with like smoke distribution or something, I think. But yeah, let's have a little look if there's any other snags. Yeah, he's done those radiator pipes. They're going to be too tight. This one's getting an electric shower. Oh, that's quite high, isn't it? Like, he's doing an electric shower. Hopefully it's at the top of the thing, but normally bottom entry bits behind the back, so the shower would be up here. It's okay, it's doable. Not ideal, but now looking good. Bit of boxing in where the vents are. I say the steels are really annoying on this. What I want to try is maybe the next job we'll try the easy joists, and then obviously we won't have any boxing in it. It'll be a nice clean line, so I'll price up the difference of that. Busy day, busy day. We've had the building inspector out on Western, so I need to do the electric cert. I will actually talk about that actually, because a few of my mates, when they get extensions done, they all want to know obviously the stages of a building inspection, and it probably sounds, and then when I first started out, it's always a bit of a ooh, building inspector, but when you actually know, when you know them, and when you know like more about what their job is in terms of like building regs is the minimum standard. So if you're building a house, obviously stuff, and she's back. She was couldn't get enough of the last one, so she's back again. I'm just talking about building regs, how they're not as scary as you first think, and the inspectors and stuff. But yeah, they literally, if the minimum number of visits, because obviously we try and do everything so that they can come out in the minimum number of visits, and the minimum number of visits are you dig footings. So if we do a whole complete house renovation, they'll dig footings, they come and check. So all building regs check is anything that's hidden. So they want to see that, one, before you pour concrete and hide the floor underneath, that what you're pouring concrete on is solid ground. So there used to be a thing about if it's a certain height, 2-story, 1-story, it had to be a certain depth and all this. We don't do any of that anymore. It's literally everything's got to be on hard ground. So you've got to keep digging down until you hit like the bedrock of whatever area you live in. And if you get past like say 2 meters, we've had it where we've been digging and you can't throw the soil out the pit, and then once you go past 2 meters, it becomes a risk of like the soil falling on you, in which case you do piling, which I've got another video coming out, total piling, Monday. I'm going to go and visit them, and you'll be able to see what's involved in piling. And again, big taboo over piling, and it's not actually as bad as it sounds. But so just before you pour concrete, then again the next bit on the extension will be the slab, the concrete slab you pour for the floor of the extension. If you're doing that, they'll want to come and see the insulation below the concrete so that they know that it's getting the right U values for the house. And then they see the insulation in the roof, they'll see the joists, any steels. So normally we'll get them out first next to the slab, and then they'll do one visit for the steels and all the insulation and all the joists, and then they'll do a final visit. So you're only talking like four visits from the building inspector, and they'll obviously come and go, right, I've seen that. So all you're getting is a piece of paper that says if you sell that house, that someone has come, like a surveyor, chartered person, someone who's like governed, has come and checked all these stages of the house. And one thing is, don't think that because you've got a building reg certificate that your house is perfect, because it's not. Like, it's very easy to defraud or, you know, con a building inspector or anything like that. However, you've just got to imagine that the majority of people aren't, like, not many builders are going out to con people and do whatever. However, you do see obviously all these horror stories. Yeah, but we've had the building inspector out on Western, and then we've had Atlas estate agents out who've come to value Western now. And I didn't realise, I was googling a picture because I was trying to find pictures of it before to send to Atlas, and I found an article in the Echo here that I'll put a link in the description if anyone's interested, and it shows obviously that when it come up for sale before we started work on it, that the Echo had obviously picked up on it as like a huge house that needed renovation, and you can see obviously inside what it was like when we started. But yeah, so I've emailed the Echo and to see if they want to come out and do a follow-up piece really of it. Now it's all done and extended, which would be nice. So you've had them out, and then we're going to get Venmore's out tomorrow, so we should get an idea of what it's worth now that we've done all the work to it. Fingers crossed it's worth more than what we're going to pay for what we're buying it for and what we've spent on it. Isn't that right? And the reason Rachel's with me now is, where are we going? So we're going to Western now. You haven't seen it for a while, have you? Only on a video. And end of this week it's going to be done, so all the loft rooms are done now, so they're ready for bedding. Like, we need to get some pictures and stuff, don't we? And
it'll be done in terms of building, it won't be done.
Well, it should be done. We're going to go and get it all done now, aren't we? We're going to go and get all the bedding now, put it on.
We're going to clean an 8-bed house, me and you, in an hour.
You said you're good at cleaning. Hey. You're always telling me how much cleaning you do in our house. You must be a pro at it now.
Yeah, but I've got you helping me.
Am I not a good labourer?
No.
But we're gonna get, what sort of stuff do we get? We need like toilet roll of like toilet brushes, pans, what? Glasses, mugs, bedding, quilts. What's like some of the other stuff in the bedrooms? Like, I've got a couple of mirrors and stuff. Maybe we need a few more mirrors, or like some plants or something. Because we've got to take photos, haven't we? If you put it on Airbnb, it's the photo that sells the house, isn't it? I want to get some paint as well to paint the wardrobes and stuff. I'll just get spray paint, because I don't like the old wooden style. I feel like if we get some nice colours from B&Q, we can colour match the wardrobes and stuff in the rooms. Yeah. Don't be too excited.
If you say so.
Pastel colours, I'm thinking, yeah.
No, that's what you're thinking.
What?
I know that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, but that's because I've said, yeah. What do you not think that's in?
I don't know.
You're the fashion buyer. What's in at the minute? Pastel's in.
Mono.
What's mono? What's that
Black
mean?
and white.
Black and white. We've definitely got white. Can you believe this is near the end? Are you ready? Ready for this? Oh no! Yeah, got it. Oh, good job, it's my van, eh? We've got to unload all this. Have we filled the tipper? Hey? I can't believe that, you know. What have you gone for?
Fossil.
Fossil. I liked Oxford green and stone grey. So we're going to spray, which one's like the old wood style? See how we get on. Got sandpaper and that. Oh, let's go home. No going back. As soon as we start this, we've got to finish it. Have you just done a cold treat?
Yeah.
So it's Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday morning now. Let's check. And I'm just on the way to Western. So last night, obviously me and Rachel went and got all the bits for Western. So it's, you know, I keep saying every week it's nearly there. And it's just like, I've just contacted a cleaner, because we need to get obviously loft down cleaned, ready for photos. And stuff I need to do is topsoil and turf in the back. So I've never really done, I've never done topsoil and turf, so it'll be a first one for that. But I don't know where we really get that from. Obviously topsoil I can get from Grundy's in bulk, but the turf I don't know where to get that from. So we'll have to have a look at that. And what else have we got today on the student jobs? They've sprayed the whole house, and then there's just little snots that they've got to go and where they've cut holes out. When we're boarding, I say boarding's always been a big problem for us as a company, and lads have like pulled wires through where they think they should go, but then when we've got a string line and like actually cut them out, we've had to move them more than obviously the width of the lights, and then we've got filling in and stuff to do now. That's why I've told them on the other job to cut the holes out as we go. But then you've also seen the other job that someone's pulled a fire cable through, smack in the corner of a room. I don't know why. But yeah. And then I was thinking last night, I was like, oh, obviously after my accountants, I was thinking I got all those objections, and I felt like every objection, like, sort of unnecessarily went in a bit personal about me, when that's probably one of the negatives of doing this, and also like introducing yourself to neighbours and stuff. Maybe I should have just took a step back and not, you know, the neighbours wouldn't have known anything. They would have just known it as Bowden Builders Merchants, and that's it. Don't know anything about me, because yeah, they seem to delve in and try and find things and make it personal when it doesn't have to be. But I always think that, you know, part of the reason I wanted to do this was to show what we do. Like, obviously Monday morning, me coming in and not being able to drive because I've been out the night before. Like, realistically, I know other builders would not, 1,000,000% would not put that on YouTube. But I feel like it happens every day in other companies, and anyone who thinks it doesn't is just lying. So I just think it's normal to show it, and obviously I've done the right thing by not driving. Others will say I shouldn't be in work, but I'm still making decisions and stuff. I'm just not legally allowed to drive. But yeah, I feel like it's getting to the point now, because we have had it with obviously some of the comments on the socials with like the paint sprayer, like, you know, old school plasterers saying, oh, it's a load of crap, like I can do that in a day. So here you go, we've got another house to do. So if you want to come in and do 9 bags in a day on your own, like you say you can, then the floor is yours. I will happily give you a day's wage on whatever you want if you can do that. So let's see if they do. I highly doubt anyone will contact me saying they can do 9 bags a day on their own, but people comment it, so let's see if they back it up. And we've got painting and stuff to do today, finishing off. Mick and Scott are going to go and do the rest of the timber work. So yeah, we should be pretty close. I'm going to go in now and try and finish spraying those wardrobes and stuff so that it's ready for a clean. Yeah, fingers crossed for a good day. Got another set of drawers here. Them looking like that, and then I've just done the wardrobe in here, looking miles better. I don't know whether to do the bed matching. I might leave that because it matches the floor. Just little details that we're now going around doing, just making them look a bit better. Ground floor's getting done. Need to move that wardrobe. If you do there.
I'll do there, and then once that's done, I'll move it,
Yeah. Made of your floor. Bathroom's done. I just need to go and get floorboards for that. I'll have to go now actually and get that. And then in here's getting ready. The blade's clean in here. Ready to get varnished. And then if you can take them stickers off the windows as well and put that bead on and click these other beads in. So when you do them, I'll show you, take them back out and get the 2 corners in first, and then it like pushes the middle in, if that makes sense. So just a biffer, always catches on this. Always catches on one of these bits, but and that's why we done these chains, look, so that we can tip here about look at that somewhere. If I had a yard. Oh, that's a good job. I've just noticed this, but I don't know if you can see that pin's about to come out, isn't it? So, luckily, obviously, it's got a support bar here that goes in. I've just been able to smack it in, but I need to keep up to date with greasing this. And it looks like the bolt's snapped out, similar to what the diggers have. I'll have to get that fixed now. That was a close call at Biffa then. One thing I'm learning quickly is to grease everything. Like, you just need to be checking every time you use the machines. Like, but then I haven't got that many. I've only got one grease gun. Might have to get like a manual one that like sits in each van. Because I'm gonna have to check the other tipper now. But I'm gonna have to buy like a little bolt that'll hold that back in. Obviously, it's just not getting greased enough. And then when the grease runs out, it's friction snapping the bolt that holds the pin in. It was so lucky that I just seen that, because literally that was tilted up, and if that pin would have come out, there's nothing holding that whole 440 kilograms it was of wood, which is actually quite a light load because it was mostly bookshelves, so there's a bit of voids. But yeah, it just shows you even more how important it is to go around and check. So on that Connect team app, I've got a section that I can put towards vehicle inspections, which I'm gonna have to get the lads doing before they obviously take the vans out. Which again, if we have the yard, every morning I can just have one person going bang bang bang, just going through the vans checking them. But no point moaning, is there? We'll get using the yard eventually. Right, off to Grundy's now to get some topsoil. I haven't done it, have I? You know what, mate? I'm just in the middle of I'm just on a yard at the minute. I'll have to go. I don't know why I've stand still, to be honest. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do it. Just leave it. I'll have to wait. I've got to wait until this one finishes anyway, so there's no rush for it. Yeah, I'll give you a call once I get closer to that being done. Alright, cheers mate. Bye. So what we're trying to do is start and put the topsoil out, but we've still got loads of bricks and stuff in here, so I put the rake on the digger, and what I'm doing is I'm just mulching it all up, and I'm going to mulch it all up, level it out, and Blaine's going to pick out any big bits that we don't want in it, ready for topsoil. So I say I've just been raking through this, pulling out all these bits, an old root and all these bits out, and we're ready to get, I don't know how many ton of soft topsoil here actually. I was going to try and bring this up a bit more level, but I'm trying to stay thinking with that pond because I want to leave that in. It's got some frog spawn and frogs in it at the minute. Popped their head up before when you go past. Look, yeah. There's the frog spawn. There's one of the frogs there. But yeah, so there's 3 ponds. There's one there, here, and up there with like a little trickle. So we're going to try and obviously keep them in. So we're just going to turf up to those rocks. So I'm trying to fan this out a little bit. So we probably don't need too much topsoil actually. I'll probably just do a couple of runs, and then we've got turf coming late morning. So this garden should look a little different, and then Mick and Joe are coming in the morning to finish off the paving and then whack it, put the finish all the cuts and put the kiln dried sand in. So start Thursday morning, little trip to the yard just to dump all the leftover bits of hardcore we had on Western, and then I'm going to go and pick up some topsoil now. Joe and Mick are finishing the block paving off, Blaine's getting the rest of the soil round, and then we've got topsoil coming late morning, so fingers crossed. back again. So, because it's wet, this doesn't want to come off. So we're having to we'll get it. I thought I'd get a different angle because keep getting the same shot over and over again in the same position. There he is. I wonder what size that dumper is. Absolutely massive, isn't it? It looks scary when he comes like that and starts tipping it. So I'm in the van. I've got my phone on the hands-free thing, but watch what it's doing now. Look at this. I've never seen a van do this. Every rotation of the wheel, it turns. How weird is that? Another load. And let's see how far we're getting. How annoying it, like, we paid to get rid of soil at the start.
Oh, now you need it.
Now we need it, yeah. How many more loads then? One more load. Getting quicker at these, I keep missing them. How many loads this is now, but getting there. Boss seeing those piles like where they just fans out the sand. We've had another load of topsoil and we've just had the turf delivered. So let's just start getting this bit ready round the back now. Let's go and have a look how far off being some sort of level we are. I mean, the garden's never going to be perfectly level, but that's looking better, isn't it? Here we go. Just needs a good charge of everywhere here, doesn't it? Could do with that other tipper. So does that one need a batten on or not?
Yeah.
Just as like a shadow gap with a edge on it.
Yeah.
But, and then there's one you done yesterday. So Scott and Mick are doing the custom wardrobes and desks for the student jobs, and then we can get these painted before the, I think the flooring arrives today, so just keep an eye out for that. So we've got rods going on and wardrobes and desks. Yeah, Joe, this is why I don't like buying what's it called, because someone will come and go, I need this size board for like a cut downstairs, and then they'll come up and go, oh, I'm not using that. And then also they snap dead easy as well. My sister's plans informed me. They come back and basically said there's no way you're gonna get that approved. Like before they even like sent it out or whatever, the planning officer said it's too big. Just said straight away it's too big. And I don't know why, because obviously my friend's done one where he's done a 6 metre wide side extension, and I don't understand why they allow certain bits but then don't on that. But I said to her, just get the planning officer to ring me and I'll find out what it is, because she was sending all stuff back, text, you know, when they're talking all gibberish, and my sister's head was just like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on. Like, they said I've got to reply by this time, otherwise my plans are void and I'm gonna have to reapply, it's gonna cost me blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, just relax, get her to ring us. So I spoke to her yesterday. I wish I should have recorded actually, but she basically just said that the spacing between the windows needs to be, that'll dictate how wide you can do the side extension. From the front, it needs to look like sympathetic with the street. So they want it to not look like an extension, but then the next stipulation is it needs to look like an extension. So they make you set it back so that it doesn't look like a row of terraces. However, this is the end semi, so it's never, that's not an issue. The way they normally say set it back a metre, I said, well, why do we don't have to do that, because it's, but they still want you to set it back slightly. I don't know why, because there's no house next to it for it to look like a thing, and then it would look better, more uniform if it was flush. So
how far across this should we go?
So hers was about 5.4 metres, I think, or something it was.
That is big.
It is big, yeah, but she's got that space, you know what I mean? But she's had, guess how many objections she had?
25.
20, yeah, I told you, didn't I? I ruined it. 25 objections to a double story side extension. And a councillor's got involved. So like this week on the YouTube is just full of objections, but
Objection, Your Honour.
yeah, I object. And in the parking here. But
Back there.
basically they just said make it smaller width and make the window similar size to the other window, and then make the spacing between the windows the same, and that'll dictate sort of your width for the thing, and then obviously make the roof pitch the same as the existing. I don't know why she had some weird pitch on it. I think Nathan, who's done the drawing, sort of done that. But yeah, hopefully we'll get that changed and resubmitted, and then the woman's gone on holiday for 2 weeks. So, but we're not here. Obviously, I'm not in a rush for my sister to get her plans just yet, because as soon as they get past, my phone will be getting blown up every other day saying, when are you going to come do my extension? When are you doing my extension? But and then we've got the 2 ton. Is it 2 ton or more? But I think I ordered the wrong size B clamps. So Monday I'm going to I might have to see if I can order some more, but I need a bigger clamp. I don't really know where sells them. Maybe that.
Pretty cute, right? They do have a chain section.
Do they that big?
Well,
or what's that company called? Blundell's or whatever. Or yeah, probably they're the best. Right, on Western, we're gonna get Western pretty much finished today and tidied, because I've run out of money. So this definitely is the week of objections. Obviously the Western job we're doing, and originally we looked at it and we were going to move in, but that was what, a year ago in September, so ages ago, and the interest rates were like 1% then, and then they've gone up to 6 now. And then when the sellers come back to us and said, oh look, yeah, you know, we'll accept your offer, I think the rates are about 4.5–5%, and we said, look, you know, there's no way of us being able to do this. However, you know, this house is obviously still of interest. We can obviously do it up, sell it, maybe still move in. But then when we actually looked at it, to port our mortgage or to early repayment charge on our mortgage is like £30,000. So it just doesn't make sense. It's just such a big thing, such a big cost, and it just makes more sense now to sell it. But it's going to take 3, 4, 5 months for the sale to go through, so that's why we decided to put it on Airbnb in the meantime, to obviously just to get some money back, because all it's done at the minute is just been money out. But one of the neighbours asked in the WhatsApp group, sort of oh, like, where are we up to, what's going on, when are we moving in? And I've told them that, oh look, you know, explain the situation, and now they're all objecting to it being an Airbnb, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything right at the minute. I've got the yard moaning at me. We're on the student jobs. Everyone hates us because we're doing student houses, and now obviousno one wants us to do the Airbnb side of this. So it's just like my sister's getting objections to her side extension. So yeah, I don't know what it is I can do, because I can't afford to just sit there and leave the house empty for 3, 4, 5 months while the sale goes through. not when obviously the size of the house and what it can bring in, even if it was just on one weekend. But I don't know. I've said to neighbours if they've got anything I can do to try and, you know, help any of the concerns, because obviously everything you do, everyone thinks worst case scenario, but yeah, I get it. Obviously if someone bought next door to me and done an Airbnb, it'd be like, well, it's not ideal. Everyone wants a family, and but obviously it's business, isn't it? I am definitely not in a situation where I can pocket and swallow like bills. That we've got bills every month on that job now. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see.